Hey everyone, and welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to do another fun thing. I really like the feedback you gave me on my last video where I basically got ready with you, and you guys gave like a lot of good tips and you gave me more ideas of what I can do. So I really appreciate that and thank you very much. Alright, this video is also going to be a little relaxed kind of video. I am basically going to watch a Netflix series with you. Yes. For the past weeks, I've been binge watching this Netflix show which is called The Circle, and I mean, it's absolutely amazing to learn a language. So I thought, why not come on here and watch it with you guys together, because I've been watching it anyways. The Circle is basically a strategy game where 10 players live in a building. Each player lives in their own apartment and they can't see each other, but they can only communicate through profiles, social media profiles, and through social media chats. So that's the interesting twist about The Circle. And at the end, the most popular player wins 100,000 euros. So I first watched The Circle Brazil, and it was absolutely amazing to learn like new words in Portuguese, to learn everyday language, and to learn especially slang that I didn't know before. So I thought, okay, let me show you the French version, because the French version has everything I've been teaching you in my last slang videos. Everything I've been teaching you is in The Circle. So people apply the slang words I've been teaching you, and that is why I wanted to come on here and show you guys and also like review the slang with you so you can see it like firsthand. And the good thing about The Circle is that of course, you have the same format in 3 different languages. So the English version, the US version, then there's the French version, and then there's the Portuguese version from Brazil. So it's the same format in 3 different languages and also 3 different cultures. So you can see that the players are very different according to not only their language but also their culture. So you can see like in the Brazilian version, everyone is pretty much like friends with each other, but they're supposed to compete against each other, but they're more so like friends. And in the French version, you can see like right from episode 1 that everybody is really strategic. They're trying to get the most popular player out of the game like immediately. It's interesting to see how the same format of game plays out in different variations according to like the culture and language and like just the society in which people are in. In the beginning, I thought, okay, let me just check it out, because I didn't really like think much of it because it's like a social media reality strategy game. So I thought like, okay. But once I started like watching the first episodes in Portuguese, I really got hooked to it because I learned so much. I learned so many new words I didn't know because it's slang. Not only slang language, but everyday like how younger people speak, like how I would speak in my native language. That is how they interact, and it's really cool to see. And the good thing also about The Circle is that since it's a social media game, they can communicate through voice, but they communicate through this like voice activated thing called The Circle. So they basically write messages to each other. So it's like a chat basically. So you can see every word, everything they say, you can see it written out. And that's a good thing about it, because you see everything they say right on the screen. So you can note down like words you want to learn together with subtitles you might have. Unfortunately, the subtitles are not always very accurate. I noticed that with the Brazilian version and also with the French version, because I have like German subtitles underneath, like automatic subtitles, and sometimes they translate something completely different, which has like not much to do with the original like speech, what the people said. But anyways, it's still a good way to learn new words and new phrases. So let's jump right into it. We're gonna watch the first series of The Circle France. Alright.
Bienvenue dans The Circle Game. Bon, les abonnés, je vous explique. C'est un jeu sur un réseau social dans lequel 8 joueurs s'affrontent pour devenir le plus populaire et gagner 100 000 euros. Ils vont vivre dans 7 immeubles, mais dans des appartements différents. Ils seront isolés les uns des autres et ne pourront ni se voir, ni s'entendre. Mais je vous rassure, ils pourront quand même communiquer grâce à un réseau social à commande vocale.
So that's what I just said. So they can only communicate through this thing called the circle. They just see their profiles. So it's basically like a social media, a real life social media. Like they just see their profiles. They don't know who is behind it. There could be a fake person behind it, profile, or it could be like a real person, or there could be like some alterated like info about the person. So everyone chooses for themselves what they want to be.
Là où ça devient intéressant, c'est qu'ils pourront être qui ils veulent, mentir, ou même se créer un profil complètement fake. Tout ça dans le but de se faire des alliés et de devenir le plus populaire au sein du cercle. Les joueurs les moins appréciés, eux, seront bloqués et remplacés. C'est un jeu dans lequel vous ne savez jamais vraiment contre qui vous jouez, mais à la fin, c'est quand même le meilleur qui l'emporte.
I don't want to give you any spoilers, but I'm just going to show you little snippets where we can see slang words and slang phrases.
Ah, Cédric a laissé un message.
Vidéo sur le cercle. Qui est vraiment Cédric? Curieux de le voir.
Est-ce que Cédric c'est un fake ou pas?
J'espère que je vais voir le visage que j'ai vu sur ton profil. Cercle, lis la vidéo de Cédric.
Salut les amis, je m'appelle Cédric. Et oui, je suis une vraie personne et je suis un très très gros stratège.
Waouh!
Je kiffe la compétition.
So here, this is the first one. He said, I love competition. It's translated as I love competition. And he said, je kiffe la compétition. Je kiffe la compétition. Kiffer, that's what I explained in one of my last slang videos. So kiffer means to like, to fancy something, to really love something. So je kiffe, it could be anything. So je kiffe la compétition. I love competition.
Je suis, asseyez-vous, 9 fois champion du monde de kickboxing.
9 fois champion du monde de kickboxing, Romain il doit pas être bien là.
9 fois champion du monde. Ça, c'est dommage qu'il ne l'ait pas dit, Cédric. Et moi, en étant une femme, ça m'aurait plu, je pense. Alors, je ne l'ai pas dit au début. Pourquoi? Parce que je voulais faire profil bas. Et ben là, c'est raté.
Mais on sentait trop.
He said, je voulais faire profil bas. I wanted to be on a low profile. Profil bas, low profile. That's not slang, that's normal. Profil bas. But the next phrase he said, bah là, c'est raté. C'est raté means it didn't work out, like was a fail. C'est raté.
Oh, tu faisais des stratégies, Cédric, c'est pour ça que tu t'es fait griller, frère.
Il y a eu...
C'est pour ça que tu te fais griller, frère. He said, that's why you got burned. You got caught, bro. Frère, frérot, bro. So, c'est pour ça que tu t'es fait griller. That's the slang here. Se faire griller. Se faire griller means to get caught, to get burned. Literally, it means to be grilled. But it's basically a saying that you got burned. That's why you burnt yourself. You got burned. You got caught. So, yeah. Se faire griller. Tu te fais griller. You got burned.
Il y a eu un bug et ce bug-là a été capital pour moi.
On a quand même réussi à éliminer un potentiel winner.
Je suis désolé et oui, vous aviez raison. Lou est venu me voir.
Waouh, mec, je suis tombée dans le panneau.
Mec, that's another word, slang word I explained. Mec means like man, guy, could be like boyfriend. If I say mon mec is my boyfriend, this guy, ce mec. So mec in general is guy.
Il m'a manipulé, il a réussi.
Je te love, car.
She said kiff. So kiff like love. She said kiff.
Car, merci Cédric.
J'ai menti, c'était pour le jeu. Je n'ai pas le choix, la stratégie.
Et c'est cool, tu vois, c'est normal, tu peux le reprocher ça.
Non, y a rien de mal.
Tu aurais fait la même chose.
Par contre, à l'extérieur du cercle, je ne joue pas avec les gens, je suis vrai. Le vrai Cédric, il s'en veut vraiment d'avoir accablé Léa.
J'avais tort. Mea culpa, Eléa, tu avais raison. Je suis contente parce qu'il a dit la vérité. Oh là là, il y a une espèce de poids là. Oh, j'ai perdu 8 kilos. Voilà.
Ça a l'air d'être un gentil.
Ben oui, ça a l'air d'être quelqu'un de bien.
Je suis dégoûté quand même. Ça a l'air d'être un mec cool de ouf.
He said, ça a l'air d'être un mec cool de ouf. So, he seems to be a cool guy. Ça a l'air, he seems to be, it seems like, ça a l'air, and then d'être un mec cool de ouf. He seems to be a really cool guy. So I explained you last time, ouf is verlan for the word fou, which means crazy. Verlan means a word spelled backwards, and that's what French younger people do with a lot of words. So this word is ouf, and it comes from fou. So basically what you would say is ouf. You hear that everywhere. Just like you see, you hear that there too a lot. Il a l'air d'être un mec cool de ouf. So he seems to be like a really cool guy.
Oh là là, il y a une espèce de poids là. Oh, j'ai perdu 8 kilos. Voilà.
Ça a l'air d'être un gentil.
Ben oui, ça a l'air d'être quelqu'un de bien.
Je suis dégoûté quand même.
So they basically said, il a l'air d'être gentil. That's the normal phrase you could use to say, oh, he seems like someone really cool. He seems like someone nice or someone friendly. Il a l'air d'être gentil. Gentil is the word adjective for friendly. Gentil. Il a l'air d'être gentil. And then the next guy said basically the same thing, but just like in more like slang. So he said, il a l'air d'être un mec cool de ouf.
Ça a l'air d'être un mec cool de ouf.
Ça a l'air d'être un mec cool de ouf. So those are like two different ways of saying the same thing. Il a l'air gentil is like just normal phrase you could say, or il a l'air d'être un mec cool de ouf. So the ouf is basically just like emphasizing the really cool guy, like the oof. If you say the oof like after some adjective, it's really like emphasizing what you're saying. So il a l'air d'être cool de ouf is like he seems like a really cool guy.
Paolo. Un mec.
De la testostérone, j'en demandais pas tant.
Paolo, il a l'air beau gosse, hein.
Croisez les doigts pour que c'est un mec. Et un mec qui puisse plaire à Nia.
J'ai peur qu'il fasse rentrer un
And again, a mec. A mec, a guy.
gros beau gosse dans le jeu.
Beau gosse. Beau gosse is another word which is used quite often. Beau gosse in like slang French means someone like good looking, handsome, beau gosse. It's just for males. So you just say like to a guy, he could be beau gosse. So beau gosse is like he's handsome, he's fly looking, like he's good looking. Gosse is like slang word for like kid, and beau is beautiful, handsome. So beautiful looking kid, beautiful looking man, beau gosse.
Ça ferait concurrent direct à Gabriel.
Paolo.
Un mec.
De la testostérone, j'en demandais pas tant.
Paolo, il a l'air beau gosse, hein.
Again, Paolo, il a l'air beau gosse. Il a l'air beau gosse. He seems like a good-looking guy.
Ah ouais, c'est chaud.
Here he said, ah ouais, c'est chaud. So he's basically saying c'est chaud because that's his competition. So he's saying like, it's gonna be tough, like c'est chaud. Or for example, you want to do something but you don't really have time to do that, and you'll be like, oui, je vais essayer, mais c'est chaud. Mais franchement, c'est chaud. Like, I want to try to make it on time, but I'm not sure if I can make it. So you'd be like, c'est chaud, c'est chaud. C'est chaud literally means it's hot. And he says, again, ah oui, c'est chaud. It's tricky, it's tough. It's going to be tough for him. In this case, it's tough. So, c'est chaud. We're going to watch the sequence again.
De la testostérone, j'en demandais pas tant.
Paolo, il a l'air beau gosse, hein.
Paolo, il a l'air beau gosse. Paolo seems like a good-looking dude, like like a good-looking guy.
Ah ouais, c'est chaud.
Ah ouais, c'est chaud. Like, yeah, it's gonna be tough. Ah ouais is yes, but like more slang, you say more way instead of oui. So ah ouais, like wow, yeah, like that's gonna be tough. Ah ouais, c'est chaud.
J'aimerais bien voir qui il est. Circle, ouvre le profil de Paolo. Ah, il est sexy.
Je le trouve très mignon. Et je vais même dire que je trouve que c'est le plus mignon de tous.
Ça doit être lui et son frère. Salut les gars.
Ah, on aime bien Paolo.
She said, ça doit être lui et son frère. That must be him and his brothers. Salut les gars. Les gars means the guys, the boys, like hi guys. Salut les gars.
Ah ouais, c'est chaud.
J'aimerais bien voir qui il est. Circle, ouvre le profil de Paolo. Ah, il est sexy.
Je le trouve très mignon. Et je vais même dire que je trouve que c'est le plus mignon de tous.
Ça doit être lui et son frère. Salut les gars.
Salut les gars.
On aime bien Paolo.
Il va faire des ravages.
Il a 21 ans.
Mais c'est un bébé.
La situation, bon, célibataire, il va être là pour brancher. Hein.
Toutes les...
Il va être là pour brancher. Brancher means it's also like kind of slang and it means like to connect. Brancher. Se brancher. Brancher. Like to connect. Get connected.
On va faire la meuf cool quoi.
She said, on va faire la meuf cool, quoi. So, on va faire, we're gonna pretend like we're gonna be the cool girl. Basically mean like she's gonna be the cool girl. So, she's saying, on va faire la meuf. For girl, she uses meuf. That's one of the words I also taught you in the slang videos. And meuf is for girl. Girl in French usually is fille. But meuf is slang. Meuf is verlan of the word femme. Femme, which is woman. And the slang word for woman, the reversed slang word, which is verlan, word for woman is meuf. Femme, meuf. So, meuf. On va faire la meuf cool. Meuf, girl. Slang. So a lot of those kind of slang words are in this show. So it's really cool to see how the people interact, because this is not like a scripted show, but this is like I assume it's not scripted, but from what I've seen so far, it doesn't seem scripted at all. Since it's not that scripted, it's like not, for example, like a TV series or like a sitcom or whatever. So it's gonna be like a real kind of situation and people use real speech, real everyday speech, and that is the cool thing about this Netflix show. So I really recommend watching it if you want to learn French, if you want to learn Portuguese. I'm sure there's gonna be like other editions, like other formats from other countries coming out soon as well. Maybe those are very, very, very good to learn, like everyday speech. It's not just about learning slang, but just learning everyday speech. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this type of video, then definitely click on thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Maybe you want to see me reacting or explaining another episode, or any kind of episode from like maybe another show. Then if you have any suggestions, just leave them down in the comment box below, and I'll be glad to maybe film a video on that. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.